yeah, they were renters, I
4 years
heard they
ago,
came in, they moved the car,
Isaac
they cut the grass
Our friend.
on Audubon, you know.
Yeah.
And,
In fact, there was a lady right across the street that was.
Been
Three-
for a long
three of them
time,
got
been
through.
my cardiologist.
and a guy pulled out. from
Yas is
the
my
south. Had to lay the
nephrologist,
bike
Salick
down.
is the rheumatologist.
Cracked my collarbone in 3 years.
And,
The lady?
enough to hear the best
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
the
it did.
Isaac one.
And
Then you
my
know
wife
who she
since
is,
then,
yeah.
she-
I have a lot
she
from
goes on and on.
Agent Orange in Vietnam, I have a lot of problems, so.
Well,
VI,
I'm gonna get
VA
something
said
else,
if
but
you
it's
have
gonna be maybe a
private
Deuce Road.
insurance,
Move
and
over to
go
Stanford or
doctors,
Auburn.
Go to them.
That won't be
and
too
then
far.
it's
It's Western
Western
something. I don't-
They're
I mean,
faster.
I might build it, but basically I'd rather have something just,
It's
Hi, Deborah.
It runs all
Well,
the-
that's
all
what
the
my
way.
wife says, it's just
Hospital
like
runs
my.
on slippery
We're
rock.
getting
It
ready to
does
start.
go.
The
That's the street I take
all
kids
goes
all
over
the
This,
time.
you can do this to it, that to it, you know, and she
I'm
says,
surprised you haven't seen me, I'm usually there at 40 years old.
Yeah.
she says, you need to
Yeah,
do something
they're
when you
twice
can
as
drive it. and do it."
my 89 is fun, but mine is a 60.
I had a house there.
With
Okay,
the
I'll-
work I did to it, I put gauges inside, it's like being in a 67 after this age.
No, I know,
But
2807.
it handles good, and I got
Oh,
laid
if
the right
they're
job.
Early sixties, I don't.
Got a
think they're
black
gonna be-
interior, which is,
I will, I didn't see you, obviously, I didn't see you.
and, but I think what I'm gonna end
Are you
up doing is selling, because I don't drive it that
Okay.
much.
I was
think
20.
of getting a straight rod, you know.
Yeah, so I go up to Tennessee, we have a cabin up in Tennessee. And,
I can't.
Whereabouts?
Years, I mean,
a
I
little
don't
place
really
called
know the grades.
Elizabethton,
I know
up
they're,
above Johnson City.
I know they're younger than me.
Vietnam was cleared out in
Oh, but-
72, so.
Well, I don't
That
know
by
if they're there, but they're both
Memphis, Nashville?
No, no, it's on the, it's up by Asheville.
types of cancers. And
Oh, it's up in the corner, towards Knoxville?
No, Knoxville's down below, we're, as soon as you cross the border from North Carolina.
how are you?
Just up there.
Clock is slow.
Hanging in there too.
Clock
4
is
minutes.
slow.
It's like 4 minutes slow.
Okay, do we have an attorney tonight?
On the phone.
She's on the phone.
She's on the phone. Okay, I'm told the clock is slow,
Hi,
so
Next one.
Yes.
call the meeting to order. This is the Code Enforcement Board for the City of Cocoa, July 16, 2015. Ask you to stand with me to pledge the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, call the roll, please.
Jim Gifford,
Present.
George Brown,
Present?
Michael Cicerella,
Here.
David Lightholder, Virginia Weaver,
Here,
Michael Klug.
Here.
Okay, and would you swear in our officers, please?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear your testimony be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone should have an agenda in front of them, and I have a few changes I'd like to make for the record. Under cases, the following items have complied. Item 1, item 3, item 5, item 7, and item 8. In the non-compliance section of the agenda, item number 3 has complied. For those changes, I'll take a motion.
so move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. The agenda is approved. And we have the minutes of our meeting of June the 18th. Any changes to be noted?
I move that we accept the minutes with one amendment, and that is adding our 2 new code officers that were inadvertently left off the list.
Okay, they are added on the
They are added for your copy.
for my copy that I'm going to sign. So, motion, I need a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved.
Who seconded that?
Mike? Okay, I guess we are ready for cases, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board.
Good evening.
For the record, Dale Echeverria speaking. Do you want me to say the case number, Mr. Chairman? You usually do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm almost awake. Yeah, first case to be heard tonight is CE 15-448.
The property owner is Curtis Royal, 741 Ibsen Avenue, Orlando, Florida. Location of violation is 1040 Avon Place. This property is currently not occupied. For the record, I'll be submitting 5 photos from the property of my inspections. During my first inspection on June 30th, I found the property in violation of Section 6-900B4, Maintenance of a Structure, Section 61001C, Driveways, Section 61003G, Roofs and Drainage, and Section 61003M, Windows. This case was initiated by Officer Ceruto for the above-mentioned violations. Upon receiving the case, I conducted an inspection June 30th, 2015. No progress towards compliance had been made. Contact was made with the owner on or approximately June 30th, 2015. He requested more time to gain compliance. I advised Mr. Royal there has been no progress since May, when the case began. Therefore, this case had been assigned to the July 16th, 2015 Code Board. Upon my inspection today, the property had been mowed, cleared up, and at the current time, it appeared that some repairs began, but the case still remained in violation. Staff recommends that the property owner be found in violation of the above-mentioned violations and given until August 19th, 2015, 34 days, or a fine of $100 per day shall be imposed until compliance is achieved. In the case of reoccurrence, $200. It should also be noted that the owner is here on his behalf to speak.
Okay. Mr. Royal, if you'll come forward to the podium. And you have to be sworn in, please. By the secretary.
Do you swear, raise your hand, do you swear your testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Okay, my name is Curtis Royal, and I live at 740 Ibsen Avenue, and it's in Orlando, Florida.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you going to tell us about this property?
Well, when I bought the place, it was in condition like this. The condition was pretty much what you see here. What he said is pretty much true. I've started on some things, and I really just need more time to, do the updates and then the permitting. And I'm from Orange County, and I just didn't realize that the work that, needed to be done, it was just so much that needed to be done that I couldn't get it all done in the permits and the time that they allowed me. So what I'm doing is I'm just here asking for more time to get everything done.
Okay. What is your time frame for getting this house put back together?
I think that around the end of November, and that's because of the permitting. And
Have you applied for permits?
yes, I do have a permit that I applied for, and it's for the wiring and now the drywalling, and I'm just trying to bundle things as I go. But
Are you have a contractor? Are you doing this work yourself? Or?
I'm trying to do it myself, and I got other people that's working with me that's doing it.
What's the status of permitting? Do you have a,
I didn't check for any permit.
Steve, do you?
Well, I don't know the status of the permitting, we'll have to check on that, but you can't get
Has it,
an owner-builder permit, he doesn't live there. You'd have to get a contractor to do the work.
Okay, because I was told that if I was gonna live in the house, which I plan to do in the future,
Okay.
like the drywalling and the windows and stuff like that I can do myself.
And did you speak with the building official?
I don't even know who.
But you did speak with at the building department?
I think so. I spoke to one guy. I don't know his name, but he was
Okay.
telling me that that I have to get somebody to do the drywalling.
Right.
And I mean, he's a nice gentleman and everything, but
Okay, well, I'll speak with him as well and just get clarification. I'll have to get clarification if there was a discussion with a building official, because yes, you are supposed to live in the home, or if you're intending to live in the home, if that's what you're,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, you know, I
Okay.
come up and, like I said, I go fishing here a lot, I'm up
Mhm.
here a lot, and it's just a slow process. I mean, I want to do everything according to the codes, and basically, it's just, time has just
Okay.
run out.
well, as far as that issue, we'll resolve that issue with the building official
Okay.
as far as the owner-builder part of it.
Yeah, because obviously, the permitting will be important in order to get the job completed. You think you need until November. I don't know that that's going to work. This is July, August, September, October, November. 4 months.
And I inherited the house, I mean, I bought it like that, and, you know, it's just that I didn't realize it was that much work every time we get in it. It's, you know, when you tear something down, it's always you come across problems, and then, you know, it's just taken.
Occasionally, in situations like this, if we could get a schedule put together, we might be able to work with you that way. But 4 months is really a lot longer time than we usually allow for a job like this to happen. If you had a contractor in there, I don't believe it would take them 4 months to complete what needs to happen.
And what if we give him a certain number of days, and he can always come back and
Give them
show
an
us the
extension.
progress, et cetera, say, 60 days or something maybe? Give him time to see where he's at with it then?
That would be more than fair.
Okay?
Is there a
Is it-
couple of things, excuse me, is there a couple of things that he could do so the house would be safer and look better? And then go down the road a little bit more on windows and stuff like that? Like putting the soffit and fascia on it,
Yes,
and maybe maintaining so that it's not weedy or
He's-
grass.
that picture was from today where I said the property's been getting.
So the place is presentable and nothing, there's not animals getting into the roofs and all that. Is this something we could work out where he could, because he wants to get this.
Right, that would be at the discretion of the code board.
It says he has a roof problem too, with the roof and soffit and facial all
Is
come together.
is going to need a new roof on the building?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, even if you look around the front, I mean, we've started tearing up some of that, but the more I get into it, the more I see that it's gonna need everything. And this right here, I already started to, I got somebody's coming in, we're gonna break all of that up, and we're gonna resurface the whole driveway.
Sir, if I could ask, when did you purchase the house?
We purchased the house, I would like to say August, or not even a year. I haven't had the house a year.
But you've had it since August, it's almost a year
Yeah.
that you've had the house.
And I've done some things, I mean, when I first got it, you couldn't even see the door from the trees. I mean, we've done work in there, but apparently on the outside, we haven't really scratched the surface. I mean, it's even the fence, which we're started on. It's some little things that we've done, but we haven't, I don't know if it's because of the permits, or maybe I'm just
When did
working
you-
too many hours, or.
When did you apply for the permit?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say about a month ago, because I wasn't aware that I had to have a permit for, the drywalling, and then the wiring, yes. I got a contractor, he come up and he gave me an estimate on it, but then they had some, problem with the drywalling, because the guy that does the permits, he wanted to go more in detail about what he needed, and, that's why we was just at a standstill with that. But everything revolved around the permits. That's why I'm asking the time, because it's just that the permit issues, and that's the biggest thing.
Well, to get a permit issued it's not a long process, okay?
Okay.
Once you apply, they're processing those very quickly, a matter of a few days, not weeks. So it's important that that happen. My thinking is, and I want to hear what the city's position, I guess, too, but it's maybe we give you 90 days to get going on this and make real progress. But I think you're going to have to stay up to date with the code officer.
Absolutely.
And let them be able to see progress, call them and tell them what you're doing, but you got to get the permits.
And as long as they tell me, you know, we can I like that idea, working in stages. If it's some things that I can do first, you know, just priority, you know, ties everything.
There are some things that you probably can do without a permit, and they can inform you of those things. But things like replacing the roof, that requires a permit.
Yeah,
Replacing, if you're putting new windows in,
yes.
that's going to need a permit. So and they have the expertise on that.
What I'd like to suggest, along with making a motion, if I might, that in case CE 15-448, that we give Mr. Royal 90 days for completion of the project and setting up a schedule with the code officer to schedule certain things to be done by a certain time. And that will be Dale's job to take care of making sure that that you've done that and according to code.
That would be great. I mean, that would be nice.
That's a motion.
That's
And
the motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion?
I just wanted to say one thing. Is there such thing as having a 90-day with a review? See, he has to have everything done in 90 days?
Typically, what we've done is kind of left it to the code officer's discretion. If we get down to 90 days, not on the 90th day, but close there.
There'll still be a second hearing for a non-compliance hearing. If
That-
whatever date you set tonight, if he doesn't meet that deadline, there'll still be a second hearing before the fine's imposed, so.
Yeah.
At the non-compliance hearing, if you give him 90 days, at the end of that 90 days, if he comes back and there's no progress, you can either give him additional time at the non-compliance hearing, or you can review it, and that'll be his deadline before a fine's imposed on the property.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion is passed. Mr. Royal, that's your marching orders.
Thank you.
Work with the officer
Oh, yes.
to get a schedule in place, get your permitting done. Good luck on it. Put it together.
All righty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, next item is CE 15-504.
The property owner is going to be Dutch Bank National TR Company, trustee, and it's 6501 Irving Center. They're located in Irving, California. Location of violation is going to be 629 South Georgia Avenue, and the property is not occupied. During my first inspection on May 28th, I found the property in violation of Section 6-900B1, accumulation of junk and debris, 6-900B4, maintenance of a structure, 6-900B7, failure to secure, which has been complied, 6-1003F, exterior walls, and Section 6-1304A through C, electrical facilities outside. For the record, I'll be submitting 6 photos. I sent the notice of violation on May 28, 2015 to the owner and gave a compliance date of June 28, 2015. I have had no contact with the property owner. Code Supervisor Chris Counselor had contact with the property management company. He was advised the failed to secure violation will be handled as a priority. Upon my re-inspection of the property on July 8th, the property had been secured. The other violations have had no progress towards compliance. As of my last inspection today, the violation still remains. Staff recommends that the property owner be found in violation and given until August 16, 2015, 30 days, or a fine of $250 per day shall be imposed until compliance is achieved. In the case of reoccurrence, $500.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair, shall I make a motion?
Go ahead.
KCE 15-504, I move that we find them in violation and we accept the recommendation of the code officers.
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I just got a question. Is there somebody that maintains that property? Because it's all clipped and
Well,
manicured?
there was nobody maintaining it until the code supervisor, Chris Council, was able to get in contact with the management company. At that point, they secured the property, and the same time, they must have had a crew come out and mow it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any further questions? All those, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. And next item is CE 15-555.
The property owner is the estate of George K. Bradley, and it's in care of Ruth Collins. She's located at 742 Bernard Street, Cocoa, Florida. The location of violation is 618 South Far Avenue. This property is currently occupied. For the record, I'm submitting 5 photos of the property during my inspections. During my first inspection on June 22nd, 2015, I found the property in violation of Section 6-900B1, accumulation of junk and debris, 6-900B9, parking in the yard, which has been complied, Section 6-902B1 and 2, storing junk autos, Section 6-1001A, exterior sanitation, and Section 6-1401 A through D, means of egress, which has been complied. I sent the notice of violation to the owner and gave a compliance date of July 2nd, 2015. On my re-inspections of the property, minor progress had been in the process. Therefore, this case had been assigned to the July 16, 2015 Code Board. Contact was made with the owner. She advised she will have her son address the violations. I made contact with her son, who is present today, and explained in detail the violations and how to gain compliance. I conducted an inspection today with the code supervisor. The cars have been removed from the front yard, and the means of egress violation are in compliance. However, the other violations still remain. Staff recommends that the property owner be found in violation of the above-mentioned violations and given until July 30th, 2015, 14 days, or a fine of $50 per day shall be imposed until compliance is achieved. In the case of reoccurrence, $100.
Is that vehicle that we see there,
That's one of the vehicles that wasn't removed, that doesn't have a compliant tag, that's under the 902.
okay,
What is exterior sanitation?
Exterior sanitation is when the property could have mildew on the fascia, the side of the house, the rusting, and they might not exactly need to repaint the property, but they still need to have it maintained and kept properly to prevent it from getting further damage.
Okay.
okay.
Good afternoon, Board.
You need to be sworn in, please.
Do you swear your testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Derek Spencer Collins Sr. My address, mailing is 742 Bernard Street, living is 618 South Far Avenue.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Collins, what can you tell us about finishing up the rest of what needs to happen here?
Good afternoon, Board. I had spoken to Officer Dale about the situation that I'm in with this house. This house is in probate, and I really didn't want to spend a lot of money in painting it, but I have a pressure washer coming over, and I have made some improvements. I have a lot of bicycles, and that's what a lot of people are complaining about as exterior junk.
Right,
And I'm in process of getting an enclosed shed so I can host my bicycles, because with me suffering from PTSD, I get out and work on bicycles. I started with 3. I have about 60 now.
Wow.
And it's from people coming over, seeing me working on bicycles. Hey, can you fix this for me? Sure, why not? And I had to get an enclosed shed for my hobby, and this helps me out. The cars, I've had them about 9 years now, and I'm still in the process of getting the proper paperwork to get them into my name. I have located both owners of the cars. One is removed from the property now, and I'm in the process of getting the owner of the car, previous owner, to get the proper paperwork. And that's where we are now. And today they came over, I talked to Officer Dale and Supervisor Chris, and we mentioned some matters, and they seen the progress that I have been making. And I'm just asking for, what's today, the 16th? At least 30 days so I can purchase this enclosed shelter so I can maintain the property correctly.
You can get everything picked up and organized and within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
So the violations here, let's see, accumulation of junk,
That's my bicycle.
parking in the yard, that's taken care of?
Yes.
Okay, storing junk in autos, the auto's gonna go?
That's what they're saying, but those have already been addressed. I
Okay.
had them parked in the lawn in front of this gate, so I took them and put them in the garage and on the driveway itself.
This automobile here is gonna go?
Yes,
Okay, so a little cleanup with the pressure cleaner on the paint
yes, sir.
and means of egress?
That's
There
compliant.
was a boarded up window for
Yeah,
safety
this
reasons, and it
window
has
is-
been removed. It was
Okay,
the
so
window in the
everything,
picture.
everything should be able to be taken care of by this gentleman within 30
Yes,
days?
sir.
And that includes all the debris that's around the home?
Yes, that's gonna be, I have a large enough shed coming to take care of that, like the bicycle frames. I have 50 frames in there, color coordinated in the yard, which I thought looked pretty decent because I have a wilderness area behind me that blocks the view from public.
So, but the washing machine that's sitting out?
Yeah,
there,
that's gone already, that left
Okay.
today.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair,
Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
I'd like to make a motion, please. KCE 15555 be found in violation and that we accept the City of Coco's recommendation, please.
Changing to
What is
30
that?
days.
Change the date.
Oh, okay, I would like to give the amount of time to get everything up to code to 30 days instead of 14 days.
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed.
I thank you, board.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay. Golly, that's all the cases. So that moves us to the non-compliance section of our agenda. First item there is CE 15-442.
The property owner is Michael J. Arab, 1201 Tulip Lane, Cocoa, Florida. Location of violation is the same, and the property is vacant. For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos of the property. The property is in violation of boarded-up building, Section 6-900B5, Section 6-1001G, accessory structures, which was complied, Section 61003B, protective treatment, Section 61003G, roofs and drainage. The case came before the board June 18th, 2015. The owner was to correct the above-mentioned violations by July 15, 2015, or a fine of $250 per day would be imposed until all the violations are corrected. As of my last inspection today, the violations still remain. Staff recommends the owner be found in noncompliance.
Is that a house or what?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
I'd like to make a motion on this case, please. CE 15442 be found in non-compliance, please.
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. Next item is CE 15-473.
The property owner is Innova Investments LLC, 1000 Legion Place, Orlando, Florida. Location of violation is 1205 Japonica Lane. The property is currently vacant. For the record, I'm submitting 4 photos of the property. Property is in violation of Section 6-900B4, maintenance of a structure, 61003F, exterior walls, and 61003H, decorative features. This case came before the June 18th, 2015 Code Board. The owner was to correct the above-mentioned violations by July 15th, 2015, or a fine of $100 per day would be imposed until the violations are corrected. As of my last inspection today, the property still remains in violation. Staff recommends the owner be found in noncompliance.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Mr.
In
Cicero.
case, in case CE 15-473, I move that we find the violator in noncompliance.
Second.
Our second.
Oh, he can have it.
Give that one to Mike. He needs his name on the
He needs some
record.
credit.
Motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. And next item is CE 15-485.
Property owner is Raul Santana, 1392 35th Street Northwest, Winter Haven, Florida. Location of violation is 1102 Montclair Road. The property is currently occupied. For the record, I'm submitting 2 photos of the property. Property is in violation of Section 61001G, accessory structures, the fence, which had been complied. 61003B, protective treatment. Case came before the June 18th, 2015 Code Board. The owner was to correct the above-mentioned violations by July 15th, 2015, or a fine of $50 per day will be imposed until the violations are corrected. As of my last inspection today, the property still remains in violation. Staff recommends the owner be found in noncompliance.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
In case CE 15-485, I move that we find the owner in noncompliance.
Second.
Who was that? Mike?
Me.
No, Mr. Brown.
George?
Motion on the floor with a second. All those, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion is passed. And that completes our non-compliance section, brings us down to loan reduction. Since these are all the same property, we can hear them all as one? Yes? Okay. And that item is CE 12-516, CE 13505, CE 15-085.
Yes, sir. Code Enforcement Board held a hearing on July, for the first case, 12-516. The property address is 212 Muskegum Avenue. The Code Enforcement Board held a hearing on July 19, 2012, in which the board found the owner, Paul M. Kitzel, in violation of Section 6-900B1 for accumulation of trash and debris. They provided the owner with sufficient time to correct the violation. There was a lien imposed and recorded on July 28, 2012. The lien ran at $25 per day from July 28, 2012 until compliance was achieved August 1, 2014. The total amount of this lien was $18,350, and the current property owner, Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corp., is requesting the lien to be reduced to $3,350. For the second one, it was found in violation of Section 6-1003, Friend G, for roofs and drainage. It came to the Code Board on May 16, 2013. A lien was recorded against the property effective June 15, 2013. This lien ran at $25 per day from June 15, 2013 until compliance was achieved August 1, 2014. And for this lien, the total being $10,300, the new owner is requesting a lien to be reduced to $2,300. And for the third case, case number 15085, it was taken before the January 15, 2015 Code Board. for 6-1001, paren G, for accessory structures for a dilapidated fence. Did not comply. A lien was recorded on February 6, 2015. This lien ran at $100 per day from February 6, 2015 until May 1, 2015. The total of this lien is $8,400. The property owner from Federal Loan Mortgage Corp. is requesting this lien be reduced to $1,400.
Okay, did we have a lien associated with the removal of that fence? Or is that the lien?
That was the 15085, sir. That was the case that we had with the white cinder block fence.
Right, then,
And
did,
it ended up having a running lien because they didn't comply by the code board's order.
did the city remove the fence, or did the owner?
No, the owner removed the fence.
The owner did, okay, okay.
What's the total amount that they want to settle on?
So, for all three, it'd be $7,050.
$7,050?
For the three, right?
Yeah, 7,050. Mr. Chair?
The representative is here.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Ron Nesbitt here, from Aldridge Pike. We're located at 6111 Broken Sound Parkway in Boca Raton, Suite 350.
And you're an attorney?
I am an attorney.
Okay.
The-
What do you wish to tell us?
This is a house that was in foreclosure. It went into foreclosure on August 9th, 2012. This is quite a while ago. The plaintiff at the time was Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo was finally able to obtain a final judgment on March 13, 2014. There was a sale that was held on May 15, 2014, and the certificate of title, which actually vested the ownership in a bank, which was Wells Fargo at the time, was on June 9, 2014. There was a quitclaim deed from Wells Fargo to the current owner that was on July 8th, 2014. And so the basis of the request, respectfully, for the lien reduction or forgiveness of those amounts is based on the new owner just having the property, the first bank since June 9th of 2014. And so we have these fines that were running, unfortunately, from 2012 on the 12516, and then from June 15, 2013 on the 13505. I'm just addressing those two separately. And so the owner, when the owner did get possession of the property legally, because we can't go on the property until we have legal title to do so, then those problems were addressed and cured. With respect to that last one, I just noticed when I was looking through the application, that was a lien that was assessed while the new owner had title and was in possession of it. So that was in 2015. And I was listening to the officer to see if I had my dates wrong, but it sounds like that's consistent with what my understanding was. The owner did have possession. That lien was in place on February 15th, and it was resolved about 2.5 months later on May 1st, 2015. That's the only one that occurred and accrued during the time of the new owner. And the only thing I can say for that one, quite frankly, is that these are big institutions. They normally have people who go around and do these inspections. This fence, and I think it was graffiti also, is what I understand, was a little bit different than the other violations. And so that one might be a little bit different because we did have ownership of it at the time. The reductions are based on roughly the time of, that the new owner had legal title and was able to go in and enter the property and cure those code violations. And so, the bank had it from June 2014, and then the new owner July 8th, 2014, and that's the basis of them.
Right, okay.
For that last one, though, quite frankly, I mean,
Well, it appears that the amounts of monies that your client requested to be reduced to correspond with what the city is willing to accept. So we really don't have any conflict. What this board does, just so you're aware, is we make a recommendation to city council,
okay.
and city council has the final say. They can change what we say, but they don't
Sure.
usually. So we'll make a motion in a moment here, and then you'll know the status from us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
let's see. In case CE 12-516, I move that we reduce the lien to $3,350. In case CE 13-505, I move that we reduce the lien to $2,300. That's $2,300. In case CE 15-085, I move that we reduce the lien request to $1,400. Excuse me, the total for the property will be $7,050.
Okay,
I'd like to second that.
go ahead. Thank you. Second. Motion on the floor with a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion is passed. And thank you for coming all the way from Boca Raton. Have a safe trip back.
I used to be here in Pakistan, so it's nice to come back.
You will get notice of the council meeting that this will be heard at. Okay. We have some items here for certification of demolition cost. The first one is at 618 Blake Street for $3,861.61. Do we need any explanation of that, or do we just take a motion?
Just a motion would be,
I'm sorry?
just a motion.
Just a motion's fine.
Unless there's any questions.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I guess the certification of demolition costs, that's 618 Blake Street, $3,861.61. I move that we approve.
Second.
Okay, motion with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is passed. Next item is to certify the cost of demolition at 803 Blake Street for $2,970.33.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the certification of demolition costs at 803 Blake Street for $2,970.33.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Motion with a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion is approved. Next is the certification demolition cost at 801 Eden Street, $6,048.78.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Klug, jump right in.
Do what?
We got
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, so he can do it, you know.
Okay, on 801 Eden Street, I'd like to recommend that we pay that.
Certification of demolition.
Second?
Second, yes.
Motion on the floor with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion's approved. And last, we have a rescind business tax receipt orders. Not sure what that means.
It says liens.
Basically, what happened is, at the last board hearing, we kind of jumped the gun a little bit and asked for a fine to be imposed after just the initial hearing, but we didn't give a date. we didn't give them any time to comply with the violation after the
Ah.
initial hearing, so basically we rescinded it, and we've actually gotten some compliance since those letters went out. So we're just asking you to rescind the order from last time, so we can go back, rework it, and give them some non-compliance time, give them some more time to comply with the violation.
Okay, so we are going to rescind the following orders: CE 15-512, CE 15-514, CE 15-516, CE 15-520, CE 15-522, CE 15-526, CE 15-529, and CE 15-530. Need a motion to rescind all of those orders.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we rescind the business tax receipt on the board orders that you read off.
Second?
Okay. Motion with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion is passed. And that brings us right to the end of the agenda. Our next meeting will be August the 20th, 2015, right here, same place, same time. And Mr. Brown will be the chair. I'm going to be out of town that day.
You got no right to leave. You have no right at all to leave. That's amazing.
This,
You're gonna take a vacation on this?
no, I'm going to take my daughter to college.
Oh, okay. We'll excuse you.
That's
Meeting
all
is
right,
adjourned.
George, I'll help you with the English language, no problem.
Which college?
University of South Florida,
Thank
Tampa.
you.
Very nice.
Have a good evening.